guys, welcome to Bastian time. Welcome to the second Nintendo news episode this week. Our first bit of Nintendo news is kind of exciting. Michael Dorn, who is famous for playing Worf in Star Trek The Next Generation, was recently interviewed by The Nerdist, and that's like a podcast sort of thing about all movies and TV shows and such that are, geeky. And in it, he accidentally let slip that he's currently filming as a werewolf in a Castlevania movie. What? First of all, that's awesome. I can't wait to see it. But second of all, we haven't heard a single word about a Castlevania movie, even really the possibility of a Castlevania movie until now. So that's an interesting way to find out that there is one. He says that it was actually the person who played Deanna Troi in Star Trek The Next Generation, who's been a consistent friend of his all of these years, Marina Sirtis, who I guess was already involved in that project, and then referred him as somebody who would be appropriate for the role that he's playing, or something like that. Somehow she got him involved in this project, so kind of exciting. Our next story is about the Wii U web browser, something that we didn't really talk about at all in any of the previous two videos that were about the new facts about the Wii U. Apparently the Wii U web browser is going to be pretty awesome. First of all, it's going to have tabbed support, so that's good. It's, modern. It's nice to be able to have multiple tabs to look at. Also, it's supposed to be twice as fast as any previous browser they've had for the 3DS or the Wii. Besides that, it has some really nifty features. First of all, because the Wii U's gamepad has an accelerometer in it, or a gyroscope. I'm not really sure which of these is responsible for this feature, but anyway, in order to scroll up or down, all you have to do is tilt the gamepad up or down, and it will scroll. I could see how that could possibly get frustrating if you didn't accidentally mean to tilt it up or down, but I bet Nintendo's going to fine-tune that so it's not that super sensitive, so they'll probably have to do some tilting for it to go ahead and scroll. Another awesome feature is that if you're playing a game and you pause that game and then you immediately access the web browser, it's going to immediately bring up web-based content about that game. So things to help you get through the game or to post about your achievements or whatever. That's pretty sweet. Also, it has features like you can be using it to watch what you're doing on the television screen. So you could be playing a YouTube video, and that could go onto your television screen, but then you can continue browsing on the gamepad itself. That's just awesome. Next up is about the beta version of a game that maybe a lot of you haven't heard about. The game as released was called Conker's Bad Fur Day, and it was for the Nintendo 64, and it was amazing. It was basically like a platformer game, but with an extremely dark, sarcastic, South Park humor style. Really, really entertaining. I mean, there was this one boss battle where you're basically battling against a giant mound of poo, and you have to throw toilet paper at it, all the while he's singing a musical number about being the great mighty poo. It was brilliant, but what a lot of us maybe didn't already know is that all the way back in the beginning of the development of this game, it wasn't intended to be that style at all. It was mainly supposed to be like a Kirby or a Mario kind of style game. None of that crude humor or sarcasticness, and some of us have already heard about that, but we haven't seen much of it. Now we've got a video of 30 minutes of footage from this original version of Conker's Bad Fur Day. It was originally called something like Conker and the 12 Kingdoms or something like that. Anyways, you can check out the link down below that will give you the full 30-minute video. Next up is about the 3DS XL and the fact that everywhere else in the world they're getting a white version that they can purchase. Here in the US, not so much. And so in an interview, Reggie was asked why that is, and he said, frankly, the white versions of any Nintendo consoles or handhelds do not sell nearly as well as any other color that they release. So, for instance, for the DS white version did not sell well at all, and the 3DS, again, didn't sell well at all. And in fact, the pink color sold way better than the white version, so they've simply decided, you guys have shown us you're not interested in buying white-colored versions of our handhelds, so we're not going to release them. So, kind of interesting to see what the reasoning for that was. Speaking of Reggie, also in an interview, although not the same interview, he was asked, why is it that Amazon is not listed as selling the Wii U? And we all kind of, those of us in the know, kind of know the answer for that. It's because there was this issue where when the 3DS was first released, Amazon wanted to sell it for a lower price, and Nintendo wouldn't let them, but then Nintendo allowed other retailers to sell it for a lower price, and that made Amazon angry, so then they tried to send a bunch of copies of the DS that they say hadn't sold back to Nintendo, and it created this whole huge mess. So there's a bit of bad blood right now between Nintendo and Amazon, so Amazon is opting to not sell the Wii U, and is still going to let individual sellers on Amazon sell it, but they themselves won't be selling it. So Reggie wouldn't comment on any of that at all, and just says that it's the case. Amazon's not going to be selling the Wii U, and so be it. I think that Amazon will probably change their mind because it's going to sell well, and that's evidenced by the fact that it's now basically impossible to pre-order it. All of the pre-orders are gone. They've run out of stock at every store, every retailer online. So basically the only way to get the deluxe version is just showing up on the day and hoping that you get it. A few retailers have gotten some more stock and have offered up some more pre-orders, but not many. So I'm pretty sure that Amazon's going to change their mind, but we'll have to wait and see. It doesn't look like you're going to be counting on them to get your Wii U, though. So that's it for this final episode of Nintendo News. Bye, guys.